everyone, welcome back to part 4 of Free For All game. Um, as you can see, I'm at war with two of them, trying to inflict as much damage as I can on the Byzantines. Um Waiting for my tech to finish. Want to upgrade my composites into the crossbowmans and try to see what actually I could make of it. So here I'm just setting my working tiles as best as I can. Mm, since I'm not growing, I'll take as much as production and gold possible. I'm producing 78 science at the moment. I don't think my capital has a university yet, so you can see there's tons of lag. Um, I managed to upgrade my composites, so now would be the great time to attack the Byzantines capital. I'm still receiving units from Belgrade, so that's great. At the moment, the Aztecs have like almost no units. So at this point I decided to upload the video. The game itself isn't that good. I mean, it's not the highest quality of games. None of us is actually playing anything special. So, but since one of them wanted, I will upload, and so everyone that actually wants to see can see. Here I'm gonna keep those jungle tiles. I'm not gonna remove the jungle. I'll rather have my signs. So I jumped from 87 or in 84, I'm not sure how much, to 107. You can see I lost. I lost crossbowman there. He attacked with his composite, his city, and his naval ship. So that left probably my composite bowman with really little HP, which managed left his horseman to finish my crossbowman, which is making things more difficult. Um, at this point, I realized that I can't actually take his capital. I would really need a lot of ranged units. His capital wasn't really in a hard position to be taken, but he had the Great Wall, which really makes it hard at this point. So I realized that I won't really be able to do anything to him. I made some damage. I forced them to build some military units while I didn't build any, and so at this point he's complaining that he thinks he has his lagging more than the rest of us, which I'm positive it's not the case. So sometimes I have even more than 5 seconds here. So you can see that my swordsman died instantly there. um, I just decided to keep him under control and use what make the most of it, those units there. I was ready to let them die to his units as long as I could kill some units, pillage some tiles, and force him not to repair those tiles. So I was just gonna make a crossbowman there because I could have made something else, but at the moment I got the most important buildings. So crossbowman would actually just ensure that I will, if I even lose those units there, I will defend my cities when if they decide to attack together, when they are left with their units. So I'm just gonna heal up those cavalry units, I mean those knights. And luckily that camp was uh, clearing that camp gave me influence on 2 city-states, or one, I'm not sure, but it was only for a short time, only for one turn, so and at this point the Aztecs have knights as well, so I will have to be a bit more careful with my crossbowmen. I mean, I will have to be careful if I move them to attack his knights. If I move towards them, he probably doesn't have a lot. He has a few, maybe 2 or 3 at the most, but still, they could easily clear out my crossbowmen, which are actually controlling the situation at the moment. I'm forcing the Byzantines to be further away from his borders, hugging his city, or even being behind the city. And now he has the crossbowman as well, so I'm trying to fortify that, which actually doesn't really help. I just want to get that corper to fortify, to pillage it. So as he has 10 population and only one luxury. Well, maybe he does have crabs, since he has that fishing boat, uh, or even pearls. But I didn't see when I clicked on his luxuries that he has pearls. So anyway, pillaging his one of his luxuries will downgrade him, slow him in any way, so that horse, I mean knight, will try to do it, which at this point I didn't. I clicked on it, but there's a lot of delay and it died. Didn't even pillage nor move from it, and he was complaining about how he has a lot more delay than I do. So uh, this proved that it's not only him that suffers tons of delay. Uh, at this point, I decided to start moving my troops back. Um, I forced them to make some units, waste some resources on them, and some maintenance for them. Right after astronomy, I'm going to go for dynamite. I'm gonna choose different, not straight to dynamite route, but I'm gonna try and get the Notre Dame first, because I'm having some happiness problems. I didn't grow for like 15 turns, which isn't really smart, but I didn't want to raise that city, Adrianople. I didn't want to raise it because I just wanted to stay as long as possible at their borders, just to inflict more damage. So I'm producing pretty much, producing quite enough at this time of the game, science. So I'm probably 30 or more above them, um, and uh, I had like two or minimum two or three techs, so which is great. One problem with the city states that are close to you uh, is actually that early on you have the advantage of stealing their workers, bullying them, and so on, but later on, especially since the game is on deity, the city states will build up a lot of units, will have units upgraded, so it's not really a good thing if your opponents decide to give them gold, and they will actually be really forced to reckon with when you have to fight them and your opponents as well. So here I made some use out of my gold. I didn't really have any other plans for that gold. My artillery, I mean dynamite, is really far from being researched, so I'm not gonna be building cannons anytime soon. So that would be one of the reasons why I would save as much gold as I can, so I could upgrade my knights and my artillery into cavalry, and I mean cannons into artillery and knights into cavalry. So that would be one of the reasons, but that's really not gonna happen soon. So I'm gonna use gold for city states. Why not? I grew for one turn, which was uh, a nice reminder. Here, Budapest, I saw that they have lots of units. Um, would eventually want to be allied with them just so they can't be at war with me. I mean, so the Aztecs or the Byzantines wouldn't be able to uh, buy their influence. So at this point, I know I'm far ahead of them. I got a lot more hammers, like at least 20 more hammers, and I got more population and probably a lot more science gain per turn. So I'm on the safe route to win this game. So I'm 7 techs ahead of the Aztecs, and the Byzantines might be like 4 or 5 techs, and the Aztecs are preparing themselves to take over that city there, uh, which I didn't mind at all. I was actually happy to leave that city, uh, just to regain my happiness. And at this point, I forgot that I should um, get my rationalism from the social policy. So I was happy again, not for a long time, but still. It would give me like 20 or a bit more, like 25 maybe, 15%. So let's say it would give me 20 science, which is probably quite a lot ahead of them. So I brought the scout down there just to see if they can attack me with their boats. I mean the Byzantium, if just to be sure if there's a pass there or not. So my mission was eventually successful. I did force them to make some units, and they do have quite a bit. Together they have more military than I do, but I was sure that I will be able to defend myself against their units if they come to attack me. So that city will be raised before they will be able to take it. I just needed to take some good high ground here, see where I will put, I mean where I will place my um, crossbowmen to control the control at least two range tiles, and I would be fine actually against them. Um, at this point I still didn't pick my social policy, which was really bad for me from my side. I didn't I totally forgot about it. So as you can see, Budapest has tons of units. Would be really bad if they uh, turn against me. So I'm gonna keep that scout and that spearman just uh, a bit far from a couple of tiles from my borders, uh, just not to let those barbarian camps appear right next to me. And will, if they do appear, they will appear closer to the city-states, which will um, more likely make them want to clear the camp as a task. So I'm building up on an observatory in one of my cities and Machu Picchu at Machu. So I'm just gonna go for my economy. I'm gonna keep those. I'm gonna keep that knight in front just in case they decide to attack me, so I could get prepared on time. Luckily, Budapest wanted that camp cleared, as did I, so we had a mutual interest. I didn't want to ask for a tribute there because it would cancel my their quest, so I would clear the camp, then demand a tribute. So gain as much as you can. At this point, um, they probably stopped building up units and returned back to their economy, but still, as I said before, my mission was successful. I made them um, build up units, spend resources and gold for maintenance for those units, which will be uh, constantly now, unless they kill those units. Here I annexed that city because it was time to get more signs from it and to actually get good working tiles. So it had really good growth potential. I wanted to let that castle finish just in case if they decide to or somehow manage to beat my units. So Budapest was close to being an ally with me, but that was still not that important. But at this point I can't demand tribute because my units aren't that close enough, so I needed to bring some of my units closer, especially since they have tons of units. That great merchant wasn't in my plan, but since the former Siamese capital was set to gold working tiles, it was working on market, so I did get that great merchant, which will be used. My intention is to use it for the influence on city-state and some gold. So I did manage to bully the Budapest, and with that I gained influence on Zurich, which gives I think 2 more happiness, which is great. And I saw that